Good day. This lesson will be about the multiplication and division of common fractions. Let's say we had a third and 2/5. Now, in the previous video, if you had to add them, you would have changed your denominator so that they are becoming the same. But boys and girls, if we are multiplying fractions, it's actually quite straightforward and quite easy. How do you do it? Multiply top by top and bottom by bottom. And that's that. So, let's have a look. Top by top, 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times 5 is 15. So in this case, the answer is 2/15. And just by the way, if you changed your denominators and you've multiplied, then you will realize that your answer will not be the same. So careful. Know that when you multiply fractions, it's quite straightforward. Top, top, bottom, bottom. Right, let's do another example. Example 2. If I have something like 4/5 times 10/12. I just told you that you could have said straightforward, top times top, bottom times bottom. So I'm going to show you actually now 2 methods. The first one will be the top, top, bottom, bottom. So let's do that. So I'm going to say method 1, M1 is method 1. And then I will say to multiply top by top and bottom by bottom. So I will have 4 times 10 is 40. Divided or over 5 times 12 is 60. 40/60. But now I need to simplify my fraction. And to simplify my fraction, I need to divide both the numerator and the denominator with the highest common factor, the HCF. So what is the highest common factor in this case? 2 can go into that, yes. 10 can go into that, yes. 5, yes. But the highest one will be 20. So I'm going to divide top and bottom with 20. So 40 divided by 20 will be 2, and 60 divided by 20 will be 3. That's method 1. Method 2. And you will see this is the most common one that you will actually use. I have now 4/5 times 10/12. Boys and girls, if you multiply fractions with one another, yes, we said multiply top by top and bottom by bottom. But what you can also do is you are actually cancelling out. Meaning, I have a 4 in my numerator. I have a 12 here in my denominator. So I'm kind of simplifying that now. I am now dividing with the HCF, both of them. And the HCF of 4 and 12 will be 4. So 4 can go into himself once and into 12 3 times. So if I'm talking about cancelling out, it means that we actually divide it. Okay, please, careful. You cannot cancel out if both of them are in the numerator or both of them are in the denominator. Cancel out means there's a division happening. So here, the 5 and the 10. 5 can go into himself once and 5 can go into 10 twice. And now I've made it quite easier. So what can I do now? Just say multiply top by top and bottom by bottom. So 1 times 2 is 2, and 1 times 3 is 3, and I still have the same answer. But this one is actually nice to do. Yes, later on you do top, top, bottom, bottom, but this one is nice to do because immediately you are now working with a quite smaller fraction. Let's do another example. Example 3. 5/12 times 6/14 times 7/5. Okay, what should I do here? I have now 3 fractions and they are being multiplied. You can say top times top and bottom times bottom, and then you will actually have a big number, and then you can simplify that. Or you can say, let's cancel out first. So I have a 5 here in my numerator and I have a 5 there in the denominator. And because it's being multiplied, I can do the opposite operation by cancelling out by dividing. So 5 can go into himself once and 5 can go into himself once. Another part, which ones can cancel out? How about the 6 and the 12? 6 can go into himself once and 6 can go into 12 twice. The 7 and the 14. 7 can go into himself once and 7 can go into 14 twice. And now you just need to be careful to work accurately. Now say top times top times top. So 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 2 times 1 is 4. So you thought it was a difficult calculation. And now it's quite easy. One step and you have your answer. But what will you do if we are going to divide fractions? So now we will do some division. Let's do a couple of examples. Okay, 3/5 divided by 3/7. Right, I would like to explain to you so that you understand what you are doing if you're doing a shortcut. This divide, I can say 3/5 divided by 3/7. Oh, and this is ugly. To have a fraction divided by a fraction is quite ugly. So I would like to get rid of the bottom fraction. So what do? I will multiply this part with its reciprocal. So reciprocal meaning the numerator and the denominator swapped. So I am going to multiply with 7/3 because then they will cancel out. Okay. But I cannot do it in one part of the calculation. Otherwise, it's off balance. So I need to do it in the top in the numerator as well. So I will say times 7/3. Right, so nothing, not nothing. There's actually 1 remaining there. So I will have here 3/5 times 7/3. And now we are back to a calculation like this. Cancel out or multiply top by top and bottom by bottom and simplify them. So I can see I can cancel out the 3's. 3 can go into himself once. So my answer will be 7/5 and that will be 1 2/5 for my answer. Example 5. 12/13 divided by 3/26. Now, boys and girls, you're more than welcome to write it like this again. Or hopefully you realize now, and maybe they taught you that already in different ways, that you are going to change the division sign to a multiplication. So let's do that. Change it to a multiplication, and then you need to flip the fraction that follows. Or you can say, if I have a division, I can just multiply with the reciprocal, meaning the swapped one. So I have now 26/3. And once you have that, cancel out and simplify. 13 can go into himself once and into 26 twice. 3 can go into himself once and 4 times in 12. Multiply top by top and bottom by bottom. So you will have an answer of 8/1, but that will be the same as 8 and you can stop it there. You don't have to write the middle step, the 8/1. You can just say 8. Last example. Example 6. 1.5 divided by 2.5 times 2/3. Oh, this might be a tricky one now. Okay, there's 2 things bothering me here. First thing is a division sign. Second thing is we are using mixed numbers. Boys and girls, careful, careful, careful. You cannot multiply fractions if it's in mixed number form. You need to change it to improper fractions first. So let's do that. So I'm going to change it to improper fractions. 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 is 3, and we are working with halves. Divided by, do this step first. Do not think that you are going to change it and swap it in one step. Rather make sure that you do not make mistakes. 2 times 2 is 4, it's 5 halves times 2 thirds. Now, do you remember BOTMAS? Do you remember that if you have division and multiplication, they are actually equally important? But now we need to do it from left to right. So you first need to deal with the division. How do I deal with the division? You make it a multiplication and you are actually multiplying with a reciprocal. Make it a multiplication and flip the fraction that follows. So it's 3 halves times, flip the fraction, 2 fifths times 2 thirds. And now we can see if we can cancel out. The 3's can cancel out there. That 2 with this 2. Okay. And now multiply top by top by top times over bottom times bottom times bottom. So 1 times 1 times 2 is 2. And 1 times 5 times 1 is 5. So you will have an answer of 2 fifths. I do hope that this makes sense to you. Until next time, goodbye.